Hello friends, it's Christine Vicenti with Queen City Stamp Art, and I'm back with day 11 of the 12 Days of Christmas card series. Can't believe we're already at 11. I've got a really fun card for you today. This is a kind of a retro card with kind of a whimsical color palette. I think you're really going to like it. So the colors we're going to be using are a little bit of Pool Party, Poppy Parade, and Pear Pizzazz. We're going to be using ink colors in Old Olive and Poppy Parade. We're going to be focusing on the Words of Cheer stamp set. This stamp set is so fun. It has this great floral poinsettia sort of bouquet of winter foliage with a little fill-in image and a cute little holly sprig. It's got beautiful sentiments that are script and block letters combined, which I absolutely love. This has been one of my favorites from the holiday catalog, the July to December mini catalog from Stampin' Up! This year. And I have brought it in on many cards, but this is one where the focus is going to be very heavy on this one stamp set. We're also going to be using a variety of other products. So we're going to be using this little die cut shape that I have is from the Ornate Frames dies. So we're going to be using 3 of those. We're going to be using a little half circle from the Layering Circles dies. And then some of the designer series paper we're using is not from any of the holiday sets. It's actually from the Subtles 6x6 designer series paper. So that's kind of fun that we're bringing in stuff from the annual catalog in addition to the holiday stamp set. So let's get started with the stamping. There's quite a few pieces to this one. So I've got 3 of those little panels that I cut, and then I have a strip for the sentiment. I've got this little circle for the inside sentiment, and then I have another strip for the inside, sort of the part of the base card. So this is going to be a little Z-fold fun fold. So I have a little panel, a base card in Sahara Sand, and it's just a normal base card that was scored at 4 1/4, and then I also scored it at 2 1/8 so that I could fold this little piece back. So I'm just gonna kind of line this up with the edge here, and I did score it, but I want to make sure it lines up good, so I want to kind of force it a little bit and use my bone folder. There we go. So that looks good. So now, to start this card, we're going to do a little bit of stamping first. So we're going to be stamping on these 2 panels and these. This is the only one we're not stamping on, and the base card. So let's get our big floral image, and we're going to use the Old Olive ink pad. So I am going to take a little piece of scrap paper here and slide this underneath, and I'm just going to ink up this whole image. And I'm going to stamp it on the designer series paper. So I'm just going to kind of stamp it right there in the middle, just like that. And then I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to take this little panel, and I'm just going to ink up a portion of the image and stamp that like this. And then I'm going to clean this off using my stamp chamois and some water. This little tool can be found in the back of the annual catalog. It's just a little chamois for $8. Mine looks terrible, but it works wonderfully. It's very well seasoned. You just put water on it, and I store it in a stamp case to keep it cold. I mean, to keep it wet, not cold, but wet. And it stays nice and moist in there. I only have to, every couple weeks, I run it under water again to re-moisten it. But it's a great little cleaning tool. No chemicals, no sprays, nothing. And then I'm going to ink up a portion of it in the Poppy Parade ink. Just a small portion, just so that I can stamp on this one. So I'll do this opposite corner. Like this. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're good with this. So that can be set aside, and I'll just close. Oh no, I'm going to stamp the sentiment as well. I may as well get the sentiment stamped while I have that red ink pad out. So I'm going to stamp Season's Greetings on this one. Just like that. And I'm going to stamp Sending You Christmas Cheer on here. just like that. That's for the inside. Okay, now that the stamping is done, we can put this adorable card together. So I'm going to bring the card base back in, and I'm going to start by adding some tape runner adhesive to the inside panel. And this will show on the inside and the outside. So this is just 3 by 5.5. And I'm just lining this up top to bottom. Just like that. So now you'll be able to see part of it when the card is closed, and then when you open it, you'll see the rest of it. So this goes on the inside. Nice and flat, and I'm going to put this sort of toward the center, right up against that fold. So when you close it, you won't see that inside sentiment, but then when you open it, you will. Okay, then we're going to add these little layers, these little panels on here. So I'm going to start with the center one, just to make sure that it's centered. And I'm actually going to use dimensional adhesive to pop these up. And the fun thing is there's so many different patterns of designer series paper in those little subtle packs, including the subtle. They have one for each color family. So I'm just going to center that like that. And then I'll add dimensionals to the back of these. And we'll add the green one on the top here. And then we'll add the red one down here. I just think this is such a cute little retro holiday color scheme with that pool party mixed in. And then we're going to add the sentiment. So I think first we'll put a little banner end here, a little fishtail on the end of this. And then we're going to glue this flat to this particular panel. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on there like that. And then we're going to trim this down just a tiny bit more, so it fits across the front. And I'll probably just take a little bit off of here too, like that. And then it fits better. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm just going to add this here like this. And then to finish this one off, we're going to use again some of these little red rhinestones. And I'm just going to add a few of them this time. We'll probably put one on the sentiment like this. And then we'll do a couple on the card base, like up here. Like that. So this is the card closed, and then you open it with this little Z fun fold, and you get this little greeting, and there's still room to sign your name to the card. So it's really cute. I just thought this was kind of a fun design and a fun way to use some die cut shapes. You can always look through your stash, see what interesting shapes you have, and see if you could die cut them into a little panel that you could add to the front of a Z fold card. But really cute. I think this is a fun way. Stamping on designer series paper is a fun way to use the larger image, and then these coordinating sentiments make a front and like an inside and an outside sentiment look really cute on a card. So anyway, I hope you loved card number 11. Tomorrow's the last day, and I have one more beautiful card to share. And until then, I'll see you tomorrow.